My paralyzed brother, Keith, became a real challenge for my husband and me after he was rammed by a drunk driver about 10 months ago. Now he is completely paralyzed from the hips and is struggling with depression. He has 2 daughters, age 5 and 2, and although they still love him, Keith feels guilty because he can no longer spend as much time with them as he used to, and cannot also enjoy his hobbies. We have provided him with a qualified therapist who helps him recover gradually. My husband and I and all our friends actively support him during this difficult period. My husband also had problems with his older brother Adam, who is also paralyzed. He was drinking and had an accident at the age of 21. Since then, he has been living an isolated life with our parents, spending most of his time watching video games. Although he works online from time to time, he is unemployed most of the time. Our little brother is also experiencing social isolation, and we would like him to communicate more and make new friends. But we understand that this is his decision. We visit our parents several times a week for dinner. To my surprise, Adam has been acting strangely and rudely lately, especially in our small family company. He even started insulting my husband, for which I argued with him more than once. But recently the situation reached its climax. When we went to visit after our youngest daughter's ballet concert, Adam joked that the seats for the disabled in the hall were arranged inconveniently for him. My husband asked him a question, and he started telling me that he was happy that he was paralyzed in his youth, so as not to inconvenience his children, and that my husband would never succeed as a father. I couldn't hold back any longer and started shouting at Adam, praising my husband's achievements and showing how much stronger and more successful he is than Adam. Everything settled down pretty quickly, and I took the kids and left. Since then, Adam has not wanted to communicate with us, and I do not know how to feel about this situation. I regret the harsh words spoken to my brother, and I understand that he has been through a lot, but he has no right to insult and humiliate my husband. I still love Adam, but it hurts me to see him get lost in his bitterness and resentment. However, I'm not going to give him the opportunity to hurt me or my family anymore. In short, my husband Keith got into a serious accident, after which my brother Adam became paralyzed. Adam insulted Keith and made a remark that he was an unhappy, unfit person. My husband has suffered a lot, and now I wonder if I went too far in my comments. Adam, as I noticed, received psychological help after the incident, and it seems to have helped him. I felt sorry that he had such a misfortune before he could arrange his life and career. In contrast, my husband's case happened after he had already established his life and family. Going through the grief, he immediately turned out to be an intervention in my family. I'm not saying that Adam couldn't have had an accident, but there is a chance to prevent it now. Oddly enough, he lost a lot of friends after the incident, and I doubt you fully understand him. You jumped on him right away, but has being unreasonably stupid. It seems that he has never fully accepted his fate and needs psychological help. He and my husband can support each other, as they have a common experience. Adam was treated by a psychologist for a long time, but then refused to continue. My parents tried to persuade him, but eventually gave up. He was also prescribed physical therapy for a while, but eventually refused to go there. In addition, he was very upset that no one could restore his legs. So, overall, my role in this was pretty ill-conceived and risky for everyone. I want to point out that I threw my husband under the bus and had my share in this story. We made decisions together, but I acted as a boss and ignored my mother, which caused a lot of conflict and shouting. I also set boundaries because my husband couldn't say no to her. Then he would change his mind, so she wouldn't get upset and blame me for my decisions. It happened over and over again for 20 years. And finally I decided to stop communicating with my mom for 7 years, because she began to insult me and show malice. My husband was silent and never took sides. Last year, his sister wrote to me in a group chat, asking when we could plan a trip to her mother-in-law's house to help her with putting the property in order. She hadn't included her mother-in-law in the list of recipients of the message, so I doubted if she knew about it at all, or would be shocked by such a decision. I ignored the message and told my husband several times that I would not want to go because I did not want to get into a new potentially toxic situation, and we would have a strain with my mother-in-law. He got angry and asked me to fix the situation he had created, but as usual ignored such requests, and then expected me to just forgive and forget everything. It happened over and over again. I got tired of it, and it was time to get out of this wheel. Yesterday I finally got it over with when he got angry and left. I decided to take responsibility for myself and sent a group message to my husband, Isman, and his sister, stating that I would no longer make any decisions regarding my family or participate in potentially toxic situations because of them. I also pointed out that my husband's behavior had ruined our relationship and that I had nothing against them, but I asked my husband to tell them the truth. He just ignored it and is mad at me today, claiming that I put an end to our marriage and that I am angry and bitter. But this is not the case. I just feel that they should know my boundaries and understand that I will not participate in such situations. It makes me uncomfortable. I've asked him to fix the situation he caused, and so far has not showing any signs of fixing it. In general, I am tired of this endless race and conflicts, so I ask for your opinion.